The Toronto Raptors lose to the Denver Nuggets 115 in Denver. And this was actually a pretty nice, fun game to watch, to be completely honest with you. Obviously, I wish the Raptors came out on top, and they had their chances in this one. The Raptors competed tonight. They didn't actually just get rolled over or steamrolled, whatever you want to call it. They actually put up a fight in this game against Denver. And you know, they I wouldn't say necessarily collapsed down the stretch, even though they did go into the fourth quarter with a 9-point lead, but they have Jamal Murray and the Joker. I mean, who are we kidding here? These are guys who are championship tested, have already won a championship. They know what it takes to get the job done. And overall, Denver really just made some big, tough shots down the stretch in this game. And when I mean big, tough shots, I mean some of these guys down the stretch in this one. Tim Hardaway Jr. off the bench, ladies and gentlemen, he went 7 for 10 from 3-point range. Yes, 7 for 10 from 3-point range. I mean, he absolutely lit the Raptors up in this game. And early on in this game, they couldn't find this guy in transition. They couldn't find him in the half court. They couldn't find him anywhere. And then by the time he was already hot, even the shots that he was making from 3-point range later on in the game were contested, and he was still making them. So it was like, at that point, then what the hell are you supposed to do now? He's already hot. He's already hot. And that's why you got to find him and try and neutralize him before that confidence raises to the level that it did. Because once he got going, I mean, it was just ridiculous from there. And then Jamal Murray on top of it. We're talking about 40 minutes in this game, 31 points, just 2 of 6 from 3-point range, but 9 of 10 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 6 assists in this game as well. He was just a nightmare. And a big majority of those points, I believe he only had 5 in the first half. He had a big second half in this game where he absolutely went nuts. Nikola Jokić in this one, 37 minutes, 22 points, 9 of 14 from the field. He gave you 8 rebounds, 9 assists as well. Gave you a steal and a block. And so the Raptors, before I get into, breaking this thing down quarter by quarter, I will tell you they fought hard in this game. They fought hard in this game. It did come down to the end. Um, but just not good enough execution down the stretch in this one. Not really huge scoring nights, except for one Jakob Poeltl in this game. Jakob Poeltl had a pretty big game tonight, and I was proud to see what he did out there in 35 minutes, because he did get some run tonight. He got a lot of burn, okay? 23 points, 10 of 14 from the field with 11 rebounds and 2 assists and 2 steals and no turnovers. Jakob Poeltl looks like he's back in full form. And so even though you lose this game tonight, you still have to be able to take a little bit of the good with the bad, right? And one of the other guys that I mentioned to you, who was the last guy that I mentioned to you last game? And we spoke about he's going to be big for the Raptors moving forward. That one happened to be one Jakob Poeltl. Jakob Poeltl in this game, 23 minutes, but he had 14 points. He was 4 of 6 from the field, 4 of 5. 4 of 5 from 3-point range. 4 of 5 from 3-point range. Okay. And so he didn't get as much run towards the end of this game as he had in the beginning. And so, I kind of liked him. I kind of would have liked to see him play a little bit more down the stretch, to be completely honest with you, because he was knocking down those corner threes, and you really need that out of a guy like him, especially when you're looking for shooting, right? And so keep your eye on Jakob Poeltl, because like I mentioned, he will be the guy that you're going to have to depend a lot on coming off the bench down the stretch of the season. And so there are some things that we need to talk about, including the physicality of the Raptors, which was absolutely 100% necessary in this game, because you weren't going to come close to being able to put up a fight against the Denver Nuggets unless you were physical. You have to be. You have no choice. You have no choice. You have to be physical going up against teams like the Denver Nuggets, where you have a Joker, you have a Jamal Murray, you have a Christian Brown. These guys are physical players. They're going to try to get into the paint. They don't shoot a super high number of 3-point shots. They're going to try to get into the paint on you. And the Nuggets are the highest scoring team in the NBA. So I was wondering what the Raptors were going to be able to do from a defensive standpoint. And to start the game, they were really physical early in this game. Like Scottie did a pretty decent job on the Joker. I mean, you have Joker at, I believe, 22 points in this game. That's about as good as you can do, to be completely honest with you. It's about as good as you can do. Okay. Like he was fronting him. He was trying to, lean his back on him, rolling around him, arms up, good contests. And RJ Quickley were taking the challenge one-on-one defensively as well, which is a good thing. And the Raptors were getting Poeltl involved early in this one. They were finding him in the paint, getting those layups in, little push shot that that he has. And that was a good sign to me early from Jakob Poeltl, because he's got to be able to do some damage. He's got to be able to do some damage. If you're breaking down that defense and you can dump it off to a guy like Yak, especially when a team like the Denver Nuggets is not very good in regards to block shots, you want to try to get it down in there for him. You don't want to gamble defensively on Jokić because you'll get cooked. And we saw that early a little bit. It's a mistake that they kind of cleaned up throughout the game, but it was something that I was trying to keep my eye on. And Jokić and Scottie, they were being so physical with each other that I put in my notes that look out for a potential shoving match down the stretch, which didn't happen, by the way. And I'm pretty accurate at being able to tell when that, or predict when that's going to happen. And so down the stretch, it didn't happen, surprisingly, in my opinion, at least. But throughout the game, there was a lot of jawing, a lot of physicality, especially from, and when I'm talking, forget about the physicality for a second, but a lot of the jawing too from Bruce Brown, still sour, I guess, about his days with the Raptors. And just Bruce Brown, have you seen this guy's mustache? Have you seen this guy's mustache? Somebody needs to send this man to a therapist. I mean, that mustache, I mean, that is a terrible mustache. Terrible. I mean,
it's happening over here during whole season. I've been holding it back. It's a complete crap.
I mean, he annoys me. He just annoys me. There's just something about him and that stupid ass mustache that he always has that pisses me off. And then when he starts making shots, it just makes it even worse. Okay. Jacoby Walter pulls up from 3 in transition and drills it. I mean, it was a one-on-one in transition. He could have gone to the basket, tried to make something happen there, but he stepped back from 3, which shows me he's got a bit of confidence here. And I like that in Jacoby Walter. Jamison Battle, he was playing early, still no Grady Dick to be seen. He's fallen out of the rotation. And Jamison Battle gets the layup and the foul. It was actually an alley that he caught, laid it in, and got fouled. And the Raptors have a 3-point lead at the end of the first quarter. And it was a 14-9 rebounding advantage for the Raptors, which I thought was a pretty good sign after that first quarter. Okay, so the Raptors now, like I mentioned to you before, remember I was talking about that one Tim Hardaway Jr.? I mean, this guy just absolutely caught fire. Just caught fire. And I'm talking about from early in this one. They kept losing him in transition. They were losing him in the half court. They couldn't find him anywhere. They couldn't find him anywhere. They were throwing double teams, not rotating, and he's getting open from 3 and it just starts drilling him. And then Jacoby Walter again ends up knocking down another 3. Then he hits another corner 3, and I'm like, all right, Jacoby Walter, man, he is on tonight. But even going into that fourth quarter, man, the 3 ball, they hit 4 more threes than the Raptors in this game, Denver. And boy, were they important, because they made some big ones down the stretch. They shot 47% from 3-point range in this game. They shot 14 of 30, and the Raptors shot 32%. They shot 10 of 31. And when you're playing a team like Denver and you have a small margin for error, and they did a better job of shooting a three tonight. And that's a little bit of what the issue was here as well. Like that, those 4 threes, that plus 12 from three really benefited the Denver Nuggets down the stretch in this game. Okay. And the Raptors, like I mentioned to you, I really wanted to see them attack the paint in this game just because Denver's 29th in block shots. And so, yes, you do have Joker in the game and Aaron Gordon, but you're not going to find a whole bunch of block shots from them. And points in the paint, the Raptors were -2. It was actually 50-52 in favor of the Denver Nuggets in this game. And Denver, with 2:41 remaining in that second quarter, had a 26-16 point advantage in the paint, which I was pretty disappointed in. 8-0 run leads to a 10-0 run for the Denver Nuggets. And Walter, 11 points in 12 minutes, 57-53. Denver leads at the half. The Raptors had 8 turnovers at the half. Some pretty bad passes, if you ask me. Denver, 4 turnovers at the half, and it was a 30-18 point in the paint advantage for the Denver Nuggets in this one. And so realize we've talked about fast break points in this one. I would have even liked to see it a bit more if we could. The Raptors did have the advantage though. 18-12 in this ball game. 18-12 in this ball game in regards to fast break points. And they did win the rebounding advantage by 2 rebounds as well, 40-38 in this game. Raptors going to the free throw line, 17 of 23, Denver 19 of 25 in the ball game. Now, Barrett in this game was going to the basket strong going into that third quarter. And I haven't really mentioned to you any numbers really, aside from Jakob Poeltl, which I already did, but Barrett in this game, 34 minutes. And I thought he played pretty well in this game. 1 of 5 from 3-point range overall, but 6 of 14 from the field. He had 18 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists in this game, but he did have 4 turnovers, unfortunately, and he gave you a block as well. It was a 61-61 ball game here with 9:50 remaining in this game. Barrett at that point had 14 points, and so he didn't really go too crazy after, getting some buckets for you early in that third quarter. But Ingram started to come alive, 2-hand dunk down the middle, turnaround fadeaway for him, 9 points with 7:48 remaining in the third. Raptors had a 4-point advantage. It was 69-65. And Barnes in this one had a nasty behind the back pass to Poeltl for the lane. It was an absolute thing of beauty on the baseline. And Barnes, if I didn't mention to you his numbers already in 38 minutes, gave you 15 points, 7 of 18 from the field. So not a great shooting night, only 1 of 6 from 3-point range. 8 rebounds, 8 assists in this game, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Just a monstrous stat line, once again, obviously, for one Scottie Barnes, in regards to not necessarily the scoring, but all the other things. And we're really used to seeing him do that pretty much on a pretty consistent basis. But Quickley was making some big shots out there as well. And Quickley in this game was 6 of 11 from the field. He had 15 points in 34 minutes, gave you 8 assists as well and 4 rebounds and 3 steals. So he was pretty much doing pretty well in this game on both ends of the court. But to me, I still do want to see, because Quickley, to be completely honest with you, these last month and a half, 2 months or whatever, Quickley's been playing a lot better, in my opinion, at least. You guys can let me know what you think about Immanuel Quickley and how he's been playing this last month and a half. But I think he's been playing really well, under control. He hasn't been forcing up, a lot of bad shots. He's getting his teammates involved, setting them up in scoring position. I think he's done a better job doing that. But Quickley has been playing well. And I think he's showing effort defensively. He's getting into the passing lane. He's getting steals. He's keeping his man in front of him on a consistent basis. he has been playing better. And we've got to show a bit of love and props to Immanuel Quickley. I want to see him take more than 11 shots. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, don't worry. I mean, when you have a bunch of other guys, right? Like Poeltl was in the mix. He had 14 attempts in this one. So we're seeing him do a better job offensively. He's getting back to what we're knowing Jakob Poeltl can actually do, right? Like we've talked about him many times, and we've always said when he's healthy, he's good. Like he's really good when he's healthy. But quickly, I do want to see him take a bit more shots. 11, I mean, is okay on some nights, but I would like to see him have at least 13 or 14 field goal attempts on a night to night basis, especially when some of the other guys are struggling in this game as well. And Ingram wasn't terrible tonight either. He was pretty decent tonight, just 19 points. We're used to seeing him score a little bit more than that in 36 minutes, 7 of 12 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3-point range. He gives you 4 for 6 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 2 assists in this game. And so the scoring was kind of balanced amongst your starters. Everybody in double figures. Jakob Poeltl, like I mentioned, gives you 14 as well. And so down the stretch, I thought Quickley was actually pretty good and making the right plays, breaking down the defense, and getting that ball to one Jakob Poeltl and others to help the Raptors offensively. Jakob now did a pretty decent job defensively as well. He was getting steals on the Joker, giving him a pretty tough time. I mean, as tough as a time as he could. There were some defensive breakdowns that we saw for the Raptors, and that was strictly to me about communication in regards to like pick and rolls, hedging, and not recovering. The communication has to be there when you're playing against these damn good teams, or else you're going to struggle. And playing against guys like the Joker and Jamal Murray, they have the highest assist numbers for any duo in the NBA because Joker throws those passes over the top. He's like a damn quarterback. He's like a quarterback. Like he's just tough. He's just tough. Whenever the ball is in his hands, all the guys around him just start cutting, slashing everywhere. He just turns, throws it over his damn head. I mean, he's ridiculous. He's ridiculous. They know once the ball is in his hand, when the Joker has the ball, you really have to be all over him. You can't give him space to look around and pick where he wants to pass it. He's 7 feet, he'll throw the ball right over you. And on top of that, he's a willing passer. He's willing to take chances as well, and he's accurate. It's a deadly, deadly combination going up against this guy. He's ridiculous. He's ridiculous. He's just a pleasure to watch, to be completely honest with you. But he's a tough, tough task. And like I mentioned, Raptors losing sight of these guys. And if you're losing sight of them when you have a passer like Jokić, he's going to find them. Poeltl, like I put in my notes here, knocks it away from the Joker. And then he bats it away off of a rebound that ends up in an extra possession for us and gets the ball to Ingram eventually. And he lays it in. So Poeltl overall just looks better. He looks better. Yes. Take some of the good things with the bad, which is the loss, but take some of the good things with the loss as well, right? Like it's encouraging to see Jakob Poeltl playing better, right? They made tough shots down the stretch. You got to give him credit. Denver and Jamal Murray. I mean, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? He made some crazy shots down the stretch. And so, I mean, damn, sometimes you just got to give credit where it's due, to be completely honest with you. And Scottie, towards the end of that third quarter, was playing one-on-one defense against Jokić. Once again, still being physical, and Jokić was backing him down, tried to go at Scottie and bring it in for some contact. And Scottie just swat that crap off the glass and went back in opposition. So the Raptors win that third quarter, though, 41-28, and they had a 9-point lead. A 9-point lead going into the fourth quarter. And don't get me wrong, like some of these other guys on very quiet night from Cameron Johnson, just 6 points in 31 minutes. Christian Braun, 11 points in 33 minutes. He had 4 rebounds, 2 assists as well. But Bruce Brown was the other guy, 12 points, 4 of 6 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3-point range. Why does he annoy the hell out of me? Is it just the mustache? Is it just the mustache? Because his mustache looks stupid as hell. I got to reiterate that just one more time. It looks ridiculous. It looks ridiculous. Okay. Sorry, I had to just say that one more time. Just one more time. The NBA should not allow mustaches.
It's completely BS. This is shame. Shame for the referees, shame for the league to allow this.
Anyway, we get to that fourth quarter, and now Jamal Murray has made some crazy shots to start the fourth quarter. Makes a big 3, then a turnaround jumper to start the Q. They end up going on an 8-0 run. Bruce Brown, boy, I put it in my notes as well. Sorry, guys. Bruce Brown pisses me off. Stupid ass mustache. I had that in commas. Anyway, Quickley did end up making some big shots down the stretch in this one, midway through the fourth quarter. Big 3. Then he hits one from mid-range. It's a 101 ball game now, tied with 6 minutes remaining in this game. And so, the crowd is into it. Everybody's hyped, right? This is what it sounds like. The crowd is going crazy. You're wondering what the hell is going to happen at this point. They're going back and forth, and they're trading baskets, right? They're going back and forth. They're trading baskets. You want to see if the Raptors are going to be able to, keep their composure in this game down the stretch. And to me, not just from a defensive standpoint, but we've talked about this before. They scared the hell out of me on offense because I really have no idea what they're going to try to do when it comes to the Raptors. I really don't. I don't know if they're going to try to go the Brandon Ingram isolation. I don't know what they were going to try to do, but Denver was also throwing like double and triple teams at different guys. It was pretty crazy. But overall, I was somewhat happy down the stretch that I saw Scottie Barnes attacking the paint a little bit more down the stretch, which I want to continue to see him do. Because honestly, like the way Scottie is physical and that he can finish at the basket, sometimes when you're looking for that high percentage shot and you want something going to the basket, he kind of is your best option here. Like BI can hit you up from mid-range, hit you up from 3 and quickly as well. But Scottie can kind of finish with either hand going to the basket. And so that's what I wanted to see from him. But Bruce Brown was there talking smack to Darko after another Tim Hardaway Jr. 3. At this point now, 7 off the bench for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Ingram comes down, hits a big 3. Joker then cherry picks down the floor, beats everybody down the floor. Don't ask me how. And just lays it in with absolutely no resistance. And Poeltl, actually, Scottie ends up breaking down the defense and drops it to Poeltl. And Poeltl goes under for the reverse layup, gets hit in the head by Joker, gets the and 1, and ties this ball game up. And then pretty much that's all she wrote, because down the stretch, they were getting buckets from Jamal Murray, and they were getting to the free throw line, sinking their free throws from the Joker as well on the inside. I mean, the Raptors pretty much had no answer at the end of this game down the stretch, to be completely honest with you. And 121, 115, that is all she wrote in this one. Pretty tough loss, but they actually battled and showed some heart in this one. It's not just about losing. It's about how you lose. It's about how you win as well. And so they actually came out, put out some fight and battled. But damn it, you had a 9-point lead going into the fourth quarter, and I wanted to see them win that damn game. But you don't have time to fret. You got to move on and get ready for the next one. At Mike Roach 7 on IG, at Mike Roach 23 on X. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, and share the Mike Roach Show. And if you haven't already done so, remember to check me out. Check my recent videos and shorts. You could check out my shorts sometimes on Instagram, but mostly on YouTube itself. And if you're on the go, make sure that you listen to me on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Get at me in the comments. Would love to have some more discussions with you about the one Toronto Raptors. And I will be back again soon. This is the Mike Roach Show. Until next time, I'm out.